Suns head out on a 4-game road trip that will finish with a Big Apple back-to-back against the Knicks and the Nets. And after that, the Suns will play 2 of 3 against the Warriors. So, when will this streak end?
They will not make it past the Knicks, Nets, Warriors. They're not going to make it past there.
The Suns are getting to 14, and then the Knicks are going to shock the Suns.
You got a Friday, Saturday night in New York? I'm sorry, them streets is undefeated.
Booker, guarded by Bembry in the corner. And is that going to count? It is. Crowder's bucket counts, and that might be the dagger.
Suns win 113-107. The win streak gets its Sweet 16 here in Brooklyn.
Hey, Richard, the streets, they ain't undefeated, but the Suns are for the last 16 games. Welcome back to NBA Today. Malika Andrews, Marc Spears, Ramona, Shelburne, Chiney, Ogwumike. All right, the Suns streak, it is still alive, and it is now at 16. So I do want to know, what has it been the key to their win streak?
You know, it's so funny. I didn't until RJ said it. I was like, dang, that is really more impressive. Yeah, the streets of New York, you actually got that on.
I know, they were
impressive.
They might have went to a day party.
Yeah, maybe
it's COVID times. Everyone's, taking
virtual,
the distance.
Keeping it classy.
Yeah.
But you know what? The key to this win streak has really been their defense, and I think that's why we love this matchup versus the Warriors tomorrow. Because if you look at it, the Warriors have the #1 defense in this win streak. They've had the second one, so they've upped their defense. And I said it earlier in the show, they've also upped their pace. They work hand in hand. When you're able to get stops, you can get going. And you know who benefits them? I guess there are 2 guys that benefit from this. Chris Paul leading the NBA right now in 10 assists per game in assists, and then run and gun. Devin Booker, boy, talking about that back-to-back, 32 and 30 points per game in those matchups. So the key has been their defense leading to offense, and then shooting the ball well and being quite comfortable.
When you mentioned good defense, the Clippers, they also have an incredibly good defense, and we saw what the Warriors did to them. So I am excited for this. Ramona, what has been the key in your eyes for the Suns?
Look, I think this all started way back in the bubble when they won those 8 games. They know who they are. They have an identity on both sides of the ball. They all know their roles. And now it's just about executing. And I think you have to give a lot of credit to Monty Williams for getting that team to buy into their roles, into what they're doing. They look like a confident team. And when they take the court out there, they expect to win. This is not a surprise for them to win 16 in a row. They go into New York and they win in Brooklyn. They win in New York. This is not shocking for them because they're expecting to win every night, and that's when you get a good hot team like this. Now, I'll tell you what, the Warriors have already been scouting them. Okay, we talked to Steve Kerr and Steph Curry yesterday at the game. Oh, yeah, we watched that Brooklyn game. We broke that down.
Oh, yeah, we saw it. Well, we were talking about the Suns, but we're already like, West leader on a collision course tomorrow night with the Warriors and the Suns. So, Mark, what are you expecting from that matchup?
I think the Suns have to, if there is something that's somewhat of a weakness or is a weakness for the Warriors, it's their lack of size. So I think they have to get a heavy dose of JaVale McGee.
Is that what you're trying to say?
What's that?
Are you trying to say Draymond Green is undersized?
Let me finish. Let me finish.
Because he'll hear that.
Let me finish.
Go, Mark, go.
DeAndre Ayton, JaVale McGee, I expect them to have a heavy dose of that. That being said, Draymond loves these opportunities to push on the big guys and be a bugaboo to them.
Oh, like that.
You know, bothersome, get in their ear. Yeah, you big and you still can't score. Start messing with their head. So I expect that.
Small.
Yeah, but that's what the Suns, I think, need to try. That's the one thing is use size against the Warriors. That's the only thing I can think of.
Okay, so to force them to try to, Kevon Looney, we're hanging on you. Nemanja Bjelica, we're hanging on you. What do you think? What are you looking at in this match?
I think that's a great point, Mark, because if you look at the quote-unquote areas where they have struggled, they've always had that lack of consistency from the center position back since 2014. So, but every year they find a way to make it work. Again, right now in the NBA, the Warriors have the best defense. Houseway? How? It's by, playing team basketball, by switching, communicating. There's no team with better chemistry than the Warriors. They are it's fun how they switch from heroes to villains to heroes again, and give me more Steph Curry villain. Well, I love that energy.
You like the
it all. Yes.
The Steph Curry villain when he was teeing up the ref after he got teed up. What do you see in this matchup?
Look, I mean, Steph used to be known as a defensive liability. Like, you had to hide him on defense. You can't say that about him anymore.
Excellent point.
And it's not just him with 6 steals, it's the way he plays team defense. He's also put on a lot of muscle. Steve Kerr said he's in the best shape of his life. Draymond yesterday said it's like he has to follow around the weight guy every day. I mean, he's just like in the weight room all the time. He is bulked up. He's stronger. You can't get away with just pushing him around anymore.
You know what helped him? I'll say this real quick. All that time off they got.
Yeah.
Well, and
Lack of bubble.
Yep. We saw Steph Curry
not going to
say
the Olympics.
that was the lowest point for him, and so
it was a good point for his body.
So watching all of that, so I do want to ask you this though, Chiney. So we're talking a whole lot about defense on these two teams, and Draymond said, defense isn't a highlight, defense isn't what we see because it isn't super sexy, but we are talking about a team that has some of the sharpest shooters, like Devin Booker, like a Steph Curry. Is defense what's going to win this because of that, Chiney?
Defense in certain matchups, like who Mikal Bridges will guard because he took on
He's
the
coming
challenge.
to be one of the best 3-and-D players in the league.
Yes, and he took on the challenge of, all right, I got to guard James Harden, like I'm going to step to it. But like you said, Mark, hold on, let me finish for a second. The point you just said about Steph is absolutely true. Just guarded Paul George and was not running for it. He bodied him up. And the difference with Steph Curry right now is his basketball IQ has been on full display on offense for the world to understand and love, and, all that stuff. He's starting to apply it to his defense, and it's great. 6 steals, reading the defense, with that size, bodying people up, not afraid of anybody in the league, which is why we see him as an MVP frontrunner.
Thanks for watching ESPN on YouTube. For live streaming sports and premium content, subscribe to ESPN+.